So I got those hombres from Breaking Bad.
How
The
is
two
it?
characters is really good. It's really good. It's mezcal, so it's kind of spicy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but it was expensive to be mezcal, anyways.
I watched all of Breaking Bad up to like the middle of season 5, and then I just stopped. But I have to finish it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How come?
You watched
I
it?
just stopped. I don't know. I just randomly stopped.
You watched it?
Yeah, I finished
All of
it.
it? Yeah.
All of them. Yeah,
I have to finish it
Shit's
though.
insane.
they were really good.
I was watching like continuously
Where'd you
because I wanted to
stop
watch El Camino. I'm like in the middle of season 5.
Come on, just finish it, man. You're there.
I know I'm there.
You're
I
just
gotta
there.
just. Well, then the summer happened, and like you just don't binge watch as much stuff. You know?
I know. You want to go out. You want to.
Get
even
in the
though it-
sun, you know.
I watched that show twice, and the second time when I watched it, I was committed to watch El Camino after. Completely forgot about it.
Oh, you haven't
I
watched it,
no, I haven't
El
watched the
Camino?
movie, No.
Oh, it's so good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it like everything like ends basically? Like that's it? Wraps it all up?
For Jesse, it wraps up
Okay.
his life. It's like he like settles down, not like with kids and stuff, but like he like
Starts a farm, has 5 kids.
no, it's not like that. He's like he like embraces what happened to him and how everything ended.
That's good.
Yeah, because Walter died. So
I knew
spoiler
that
alert.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody who haven't watched it.
Anyways,
I was like gonna say like I don't know if he's gonna die or not because I haven't finished it, but I was kind of assuming he would.
Yeah.
Now you just
it was. I mean,
confirmed it.
any mob story or any mob
Yeah,
kind
the
of
main dude's gonna die.
Yeah, so it's not a
Yeah,
surprise.
that's 100%.
You saw that arc was gonna happen, you know. Except Goodfellas, he just ends up in the house at the end. He-
Really? I haven't watched all
What?
of them. Only
Goodfell-
one.
No,
No, no, no,
Goodfellas,
no,
the
no.
movie.
Oh, Henry Hills.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, Henry Hills. That was sad how it ended.
He's like,
He was a rat then, right? He was like
Yeah.
a snitch.
He's like, I asked for spaghetti and sauce. They served me egg noodles and ketchup.
That's a great movie, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think once you watch one, you just want to binge watch all of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you watch Goodfellas, you already automatically think of Casino. And once
Right.
you see Casino, you're like, let me switch it up and then go with Carlito's Way.
I haven't watched that
Godfather.
one.
And then when you flip it to Scarface, you're like, holy crap, what is going on?
Yeah.
Scarface
Dude,
is just a
Bronx
classic.
Tale, classic.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just recently watched that movie.
Really?
Really?
Recently.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. What, Amazon Prime, you could just fucking rent it. And
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I think
wanna do that.
I think it was free. It was
Yeah?
on Prime.
Oh, nice. I gotta watch it. It's such a great movie.
Oscar and I did like a East Boston movie discussion group, but
Yeah.
it was just us two.
Yeah.
There was way too many groups on Facebook, man, that I joined.
But we watched Goodfellas and A Bronx Tale.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys discussed it?
We should ramp it back up.
Good.
Let's do it. We can talk about that today.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. I think once you watch Goodfellas, it's like a good day's worth. You know.
Yeah.
What is it? 3 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a long.
The
movie.
Irishman. You guys watch that on Netflix?
Yeah, but I watched it in like 3 parts because it's so long.
Yeah, I watched it in like 6.
Six.
It's half hour.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. I think. Yeah, what was it? Joe Pesci. He looked like he was struggling acting in that movie.
I think he's old. He's getting old.
He's old.
Yeah.
He played the part though because he was playing like an old character.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good movie. It's tough to watch though.
Dude, it's sad though when he has. Well, I don't want to give anything away, but.
I
it's
mean, if
definitely
you haven't
sad.
watched it by now,
Yeah.
it's been like what, a year, almost 2 years.
Just
Yeah.
when he has to kill Jimmy.
Oh
It's just
yeah,
so
the
sad.
offer.
Mm-hmm.
There's still a mystery, right, about that? They
Yeah, I
still
mean, they
don't know what
never-
happened to him.
Yeah, I mean it's not confirmed. He didn't go to prison for killing Jimmy Hoffa,
Hmm.
but
Damn, that was such a long movie, man. I don't remember it that well.
That last scene though, when the FBI goes to talk to him,
mm-hmm.
and he asks him,
Do you
"Just tell
regret-
us, man. Just tell us, like,
Mm-hmm.
we're not gonna arrest you anymore. It's like so old."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you remember that?
I remember that now.
What does he say? I forget.
He stays quiet. He doesn't say anything. He dies with the.
They're like, "Do you regret anything?" He's like, "No."
Oh yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah, I remember that.
Such a savage, man. Like,
No conscience. You know?
I don't know how can you live like that. Like,
I like when they open up like when he's selling the meat, and then they open up the back of the truck and there's nothing in there. He's like, "I don't know what happened."
and it's sealed and everything. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Something really.
Yeah, nah, those movies are awesome, man. You could tell they always work so well together, man.
Yeah, they're like good friends.
Yeah, and I think once you got that friendship involved with the movie, you're gonna come out with a great ass movie, man.
Yeah.
Pesci and De Niro were roommates in New York City.
Really?
Yeah,
What are the chances of that?
it's crazy.
I've been reading a lot of books about like successful people,
Mm-hmm.
and everything's about like chances, like just being lucky and like being born the right time in the right years, like Bill Gates and Bill Joy. You know, like the people who started the internet. And, you know, they all were like Steve Jobs. They were all born like in the 1950s.
Yeah.
Like early 50s. So they had like 20 years of new innovation and 20 years of being able to practice on coding and nobody was doing it. Like no kids their age were coding that much at that time because first they didn't have the money. Yeah. Because they all came from like well-off families, even though they're like, oh, I did my Mac computer in the garage, but dude, you were living like in a $500,000 house in the 1950s. Like it doesn't. But crazy. They were all born in the same time frame. So if you were born like 2 years later, you missed out. If you were born too early, you know, you're not gonna have the chance of. You were too old already. Yeah. Probably have a family already, and
I'm trying to remember. There was 2 movies, Apple movies.
Yeah, the one of Ashton Kutcher was not good. Then there's the one of Michael Fassbender that's like a play. It's like 3 scenes, you know. And finally at the end, it's like the iPhone, you know. It's like the successful part. That's a good movie, actually. Yeah,
there was 2 movies of the Apple.
Well, the first one with Ashton Kutcher is like the one that came out right away, right when Steve Jobs died.
Really?
But it wasn't good.
He was Steve Jobs.
He was Steve Jobs.
Nah,
Ashton Kutcher.
I can't see that.
Yeah, and then the second one was real good.
Yeah,
that's the one I do remember.
Michael Fassbender.
He looked scary, man, when the way he was talking to his daughter and the baby mama.
Yeah.
I felt like that was him.
Yeah, dude. Michael Fassbender's a great actor.
And that was my first time like seeing him.
Have you ever seen Inglourious Bastards, Quentin Tarantino movie?
Yeah. That's
a good one.
He's like the Englishman.
Oh.
And when they all get shot up in that bar scene.
You know what? What's the war movie that came out this year? Or was it end of last
Overlord?
year? And it was amazing, and I completely forgot about it.
1917?
Yeah,
we saw that. Me, you, and Danny.
Yeah, I forgot all about that movie. That movie was great. You watched that one?
No, not yet.
Oh, dude, it's how it's filmed is it's one shot.
Really?
So there's only one cut scene in the whole movie, basically.
Really?
Yeah, like where they just kind of like, because it goes black and then it goes to a new scene. But the whole movie, it's just one shot how they do it, so it's insane.
So it's legit just you going to Target, then going to BJ's, and then just coming back home, sleeping.
Just following, how they did it is insane.
How the hell they do that?
I guess how the acting scenes, they had to practice for 6 months these scenes because they were such long shoots that if they messed up, they'd have to start over.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy.
Yo, bro, it's something to watch, man. That I gotta watch it again because I kind of forgot how it went.
You have to watch, like, we saw it in theaters, and I think that's the way to do it. Like, if you're at your house, there's a lot of distractions. It's nice to be, like, unless you make it, like, pitch black and you're only focusing on the screen, because it's definitely, like, that type of movie where you just want to, like, pay attention. Watch, you know, you feel like you're there. It was really well done.
I think my brother went, but he didn't say anything about it. So probably he was, like, too shocked how good it was or something. I don't know.
Speechless.
Yo, bro, every time I watch a movie, I gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever gone to the movie theaters and been like, all right.
You know, I always thought you can push it back if you want. Oh. Yeah. However you feel comfortable. Yeah.
Nice.
Every time I watch a movie, I always want to do like a YouTube about movies, like talk about it. But so many people doing it already. Like I was like, I'm not. Yeah, and they do so much a better job than me, probably.
There's so many YouTube.
There's YouTube for everything, bro. It's just crazy. Every time I'm trying to like get this new reggaeton song or like a new news leak, it's just like, yo, watch. And I'm like, word, I'm about to see the video, and it's just a random dude talking. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then he's just talking about the song of the movie. I'm like, how do you have time to talk about an hour about the song or a movie?
That's a big thing now.
But
the whole reaction.
The trailers, like there's this thing called Emergency Awesome. It's only comic book stuff, really. It's like any comic book trailer. He's like, hey, this is Charlie. And then he just like breaks down the trailer, you know, and he gets like millions of views.
That's it right there, bro. Because then there's the comic book. Those people gonna know. They have to know their shit.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just jump in and just talk about a trailer and give it your 2 cents, and then you got the comment section like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you don't know your superhero, then you don't talk about it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of fiends on that. Like, they know every little nick.
I mean, if you go to watch like a Marvel movie, right, and then there's a scene, and only you hear like 8 people clapping, or like, oh, it's because they fucking know what's going on. Yeah, it's exactly. Like Easter egg. Every time I go with Derek, he just knows on the spot, and I'm like, yo, Derek, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, dude, that's the one thing I miss with all this COVID is going to the movies, you know, because I like going to opening nights and stuff for, especially for comic book movies, you know.
Yep.
Endgame, Infinity Wars, dude. It's just.
I mean, Black Widow already announced what, November?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be good. It's
a
like
lot.
the same.
What are they doing? What's Black Widow?
Black Widow is
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Oh, Black Widow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Black Widow is the first one. What, entering phase
4.
Phase 4. Not the COVID, but
the COVID.
but phase 4.
So everything is open up in phase 4.
Yeah.
Oh, right now I just saw like an ad come up on YouTube saying like big theaters are open in Boston now.
Really?
It said so I don't know what's going on.
So Revere, I don't get it. So I'm guessing it's 25 people per movie.
25 people?
Because they're showcased.
Tickets are $50.
They're not AMC.
Damn.
Yeah, AMC. Yeah, AMC's already doing this, but I forget how many people they're allowed in there. Which is still good, bro. Like, it gives you another thing to do. You just can't bring food and drinks.
Oh, so you're just watching the movie?
I mean, you're going into restaurants with 50% capacity, so why not do 25% capacity in the movie theater?
So have you gone to restaurants, you guys?
Yeah.
How was it?
I mean, it depends where you go. If you're in the north end, it's packed. So
that's crazy.
I went to Framingham, Mexican spot.
Yeah.
Fucking good.
Yeah, so you're gonna shout them out?
I wish I knew how to say their name. But it starts with a T, but definitely give you a text about it. But it was
I put a description in the bottom.
It was good, bro. The empanadas was stuffed. They had what is it, lobster guacamole.
Really?
Ooh.
That they mentioned after I ordered the guacamole. So I was like, fuck, I gotta get it next time. Yeah, and
how much was that? Like $100?
Nah.
Guacamole is already expensive.
Yo, bro, he caught me off guard. He was like, "You want guacamole with those nachos, with those chips?" I was like, "Hell yeah!" And then my boy goes like, "You know that ain't free, right?" I was like, "It is what it is, man."
Yeah.
$15 for a guac.
And then the quesadilla, it was pork rib. No, was it beef ribs? Yeah.
That's the best. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Then the churros. Yo, bro, it was amazing.
Have you tried those tacos? The ones with the sauce. The like red taco, like they have like a red sauce.
At where?
No, anywhere.
At Angela's, they have the red and the green sauce.
Yeah, they have them.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't tried them. I've seen them a lot on social media.
I mean, I like green sauce a lot.
Yeah.
I've eaten them with the red sauce. It's good. I mean, I'm very simple when it comes to tacos, bro. I'm not a big fan of like the tortilla being fancy and shit. I just want it to be just fucking carne de lengua, whatever.
Yeah.
Just I want like more meat, less tortilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. The triple
ratio.
tortilla is crazy, bro.
He's trying to fill you up with the tortilla.
Yeah,
I always just take off the other two and then just have the one tortilla and then eat it.
Yeah, because the more you have, the more soggy it is and like whatever.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah.
It's like a burger.
Yeah.
Like the simpler it is, the easiest to eat.
Because if it's too juicy and stuff, it's just like falling apart in your hand.
Yeah.
One time I got this burger and it was the kitchen sink, so there was an egg on it.
That's the Boston Burger Boston?
Yeah, Boston Burger Company.
Yeah.
This is one of like my third dates with my now wife. But
Ooh.
I was holding the burger and I just couldn't put it down because the yolk was just like running down my arm, so I just held the burger the whole time, and I never put it down. I just ate it.
You know where I went recently?
What did she thought?
And you know, she married me, so.
She liked it.
I went to crazy good kitchen in Medford, right?
Yeah.
And I got their burger. No, I got their fried chicken sandwich because I was in that stage. I was like, yo, let me try some.
Yeah, you were doing like a bunch of like taking pictures and rating.
Yeah, people kept bothering me like, yo, keep it going. I'm like, nah.
You just stopped.
I don't know if my heart could take it.
Fanta Gourmet Hispanic style.
For real. It's like one word review. And I grabbed it, and like their bun was soaked with their sauce, their mayo sauce, whatever it was. And that's always a turn off, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like the chicken was pretty meaty, but it's not. Once the sauce, the bun, and then when you grab it, and like Tommy says, it gets all over. It's not even worth it, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't about the messiness. I don't know. That's why I never got into like the Five Guy burgers and fries. Like it's just too much, bro. I mean, once in a blue moon, yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like yeah, I'll get that cheeseburger. It is what it is, but nah, I can't do that messy and shit.
Yeah. I mean, Five Guys, they have like a simple menu too. Like you can just order that cheeseburger and
yeah, if you don't add on to it,
because if you do like the triple way, I don't know what they call it, triple way or something.
Yeah.
Or all the way, I don't know what they call it, but it gives you all a bunch of stuff on top, all the toppings. You can get a lot.
It's funny because if you do it on Uber Eats, you know, the calories just pile up more and more and more.
When you order it,
insane, bro. You're like hitting the thousands.
in a burger, just a burger.
Yeah, and then you talking about the fries. So when the Uber Eats guy deliver it, you could see like the grease, like.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
You ever have Shake Shack burgers?
Yeah.
I like it.
I
had it in
Shake
New
Shack.
York the first time.
They're really good, bro.
They're really good.
Oh yeah.
Tasty Burger's good too.
It's crazy.
Tasty burger is good when you're drunk.
If you're drinking, you're like, oh, give me a Tasty Burger. It's so
And they
good.
have drinks in there too, so
Yeah.
you just get a beer, you just get extra drunk.
Sitting there in Fenway.
You know what's crazy,
That's an
man?
experience.
It's crazy that how we supposed to get into weight loss. Now we're talking about cheeseburgers and stuff. You know what I mean?
It's all about.
It's
control,
all about
though.
the cheap. It's all about the cheat meals.
The cheat week, yo.
Gotta feed your
It's
soul
more
sometimes.
memorable than eating the chicken and broccoli every day.
Those days, man. Those days
Exactly.
are tough, man.
I guess we can get into talking about our diet.
Anyway, we can start the podcast now. I'm gonna keep all of this, but because it was so much fun.
Yeah.
But today we have Oscar again, and we got Big Tommy from Buffalo, New York. Literally every time that people talk to you, somebody has to say that you're from Buffalo. I don't know why. Somebody introduces you as, oh, he's from Buffalo, New York, and I'll be like, okay.
Gives me
Wait, who else did that? You guys always do that.
Yeah, we always do that to you. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I just try and put myself
I've
out.
been here for over 6 years now, so in 10 years you're a local, right?
Yeah,
After
local.
5 years, you're local.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to confuse you with the yuppies, and then like gotta pull you away from the yuppies. And like now he's a local now.
So we all met at the gym, obviously. I
Mhm.
mean, Oscar, he's a personal trainer, and then Tommy was just beasting on the squat rack when I met him.
Yeah, I moved right to East Boston, and then my first friends from the area I met at the gym.
Crazy. It's crazy how the gym just builds a community.
Yeah, really.
Does affects you now that with the whole COVID that you?
It definitely. Well, now that I'm like friends with like.
Now you
we're
have friends, right,
You know
right.
what I mean? But
You got friends.
there's things I miss. Like I was working out with like little. There's this little kid. His name's Anderson. But so I was going in there, and this kid would go in there every day. I went in there.
Mhm.
So then eventually he would like text me to come in there, and like it helped him.
Yeah.
Like so then he was really getting the working out. So I miss like being a part of the community, working out with like other people, and just like talking to people and the social aspect of it as well. You know.
Mhm.
But it's definitely nice. Like you feel good kind of when you're helping the younger generation learn how to train. Because I was
Right.
in the same boat. You know. I'm
Right.
sure you guys too. Like you had
Yeah.
kind of older people helping teach you form and all of that. you
Right.
I
know?
just talked about that with my youth workers.
Mhm.
I'm like, yo, y'all got it so fucking easy, man. You guys got YouTube, Instagram. You don't even have to talk to a human being, and you do your workout.
Right.
Don't mean you're gonna do it correctly. You know what I mean? But when I remember when I was 15, 16, I would work out at Paris Street, and this guy's bench pressing 4 plates.
Mm.
And I'm like, yo, how'd you get so big? He looked at me and just not talk to me. I'm like,
Right.
what the fuck? Like, yo.
There's a competition kind
Yeah,
of
you know what I mean?
mentality.
Like I'm a skinny 135 pound,
Yeah.
and I need you to understand that I'm trying to get where you're at. So I think like now these days, like he's right. When you're mentoring a kid, and he's picking it up, and the more they're into it, the more you want to commit time for it. You know
Right.
what I mean? Because you're starting to see a protege, or you're seeing the progress.
Right.
You know what I mean? And usually when you're a kid, your progress is usually like biceps.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah,
everybody.
Like
Like,
chest, you know what I mean?
curls for the girls.
Yeah.
For real. And then like once you introduce them to legs and all that, they're like shocked. Well, they're shocked because they can't move for a week, but they also shocked that it's part of like building this great body.
Right.
And I think it's cool when you start explaining to them, and once they come up to you and start asking you like, yo, what muscle group? That's you've done a great job.
Yeah, and then they start getting in the diet. So you start with working out, and then they start getting in the diet, and then
Mhm.
it just kind of keeps going from there. And then if you start young, it just really becomes just part of your life. You know, you don't
Mhm.
have to think about like, oh, am I eating right? You're just naturally doing it. You know.
Mhm. Yeah, I had a lot of kids ask me about supplements,
Mhm.
and I usually try, like, not tell them what to take. Like, just stay away from that right for now,
Mhm.
because first of all, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Like, you need to like have a job. You can't go ask your parents like,
You buy any whey protein?
yeah. Then I'll tell you just eat well or whatever. If you're trying to get strong, I mean, you have to eat a lot of carbs and.
Yeah, I mean the big thing is like I'm like the reason we eat protein is because you might not immediately eat food after you work out. So
Right.
then it's just easy to be like, I'm gonna work out, then just take my protein, and then I might not eat like my dinner for like a couple hours.
Right.
If you're a little kid, you can be like, I'm gonna work out, and then I'll go home and my mom will make me a sandwich. Or
Yep.
something, you know.
And it's guaranteed the sandwich is gonna be there. Like,
Yeah.
You don't have to be like.
Exactly.
You don't even have to make it. Like it's there, just waiting for you.
PB&J is already ready.
Yeah.
Nah,
Even that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like a post
best gainer right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I can't picture being like a high school kid and following like that regimen. Like,
Right.
I gotta wake up and bang out 4 or 5 eggs. And like,
Yeah.
holy crap, it's 10 in the morning. I gotta go eat my Greek yogurt. It's lunchtime. I need protein. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So it's like when they want that advice, it's like you're right. You just gotta pitch them like, hey, try to eat some protein after you work out. You know what I mean? I think you could get whey protein when you're a high school kid, and like you hope.
Now you can.
You hope like, you know, it's not crazy expensive, but like you gotta just explain to your parents like, yo, look, this goes well with me working out, and I'm dedicating my time towards it, and I think this is the best result. I think a lot of kids go like, all right, but what's next?
Yeah.
What's good with the BCAAs? What's good with the
Right.
creatine?
That's the problem.
How many multivitamins and all that? And I'm like,
Now you're running $150, $200 a month.
Yeah.
Vitamins.
On minimum, I remember like I worked
Pre-workout
at
was
Arby's.
dangerous. Sorry.
Yeah, I try not to tell people to get in it just because it's so much caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
You
Right.
know, have a coffee when you're older, and then you can do that. You know, or an energy drink now and then, I guess.
I mean, yeah, that works better. I think. I mean, it's not good for you, but
When you're getting like the head rush and the tingles, obviously there's it's probably not a positive effect.
I think I was getting that from vitamins, and I asked my
Really?
doctor. Yeah, he said that I'm allergic to some kind of company's types of vitamins.
Oh, that's weird.
So he told me to try different vitamins.
And it worked out for you?
Yeah, because I was using the animal. Hopefully, they never sponsor this. And they would just their vitamins would make me like tingle my whole body.
Oh, that's so weird.
And he said there's an allergic reaction to some of the how they make it in their factories.
Well, it's good that you were conscious of that and like immediately acted, because who
Yeah.
knows if you just kept taking it over time, you know, could have just
Yeah.
made
I
it
mean, when I
worse.
was competing, I was going a lot to the doctor because I didn't want to.
break
I was
yourself?
taking a lot of stuff that I wasn't supposed to, maybe, or I was just self-conscious about it for some reason.
Yeah.
So I would tell him, "Oh, I'm drinking this, I'm drinking that." I just didn't want my heart to explode drinking something.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because then you got other people saying like supplements ain't the way to go.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like back in the day, there was no such thing as supplements. Like back in it, like not fucking 70s or 80s. You know what I mean? But and it's like, it is what it is, man. You go with what your body could give you. You know what I mean?
Right.
You went to the doctor because you had the tingling feeling. A lot of people get that from different type of pre-workouts.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some people go like, if I'm not getting that tingling, it's not working. I'm like, damn, you crazy.
And that could be something that the body's telling you not to take, and they don't read it right.
I remember Jack's 3D had like an illegal. It had like methamphetamine or
The
or
old
something in it. Yeah, the
formula.
Old Jack 3D. Old formula.
I remember trying that, man. I had to go back again to the gym later that day because I'm like, damn, this shit's not on my system yet. Like that
Damn.
pre-workout was serious.
It's like the old
You
Four
couldn't sleep.
Locos, you know?
That was for real. I didn't think that was for real. Like I used to see like memes
Yeah.
about people saying like the SpongeBob meme saying that, "Oh, I'm just laying in my bed because the pre-workout hasn't wore off."
I love that meme, bro.
Yo, that's really a real thing.
Yeah, SpongeBob is legit like 400 pounds jacked, and his fucking feet are still on the floor while laying down. I love it.
But yeah, it is expensive buying all the supplements. I remember like in high school I worked at Arby's, so minimum wage is $7. So you'd have to work 5 hours to get $30 to buy like protein.
Damn.
Yeah,
So-
and protein was expensive.
Yeah.
Like it's so cheap now.
Yeah.
Because there's so many brands now.
And now they have like store brands.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
that's if you're gonna get protein, just get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was way too expensive back then. I would be like, God damn, ON Whey was a good amount of money, and I'm like, damn,
$90 for like a 5 pound.
Yeah.
Not even 5 pounds. I think it was like the 2-3 pound.
Yeah, now I double serve every day.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I remember you got like a bag now, like
Mhm.
this huge like trash bag.
Yeah, I get bags. I
Shovels it.
Yeah.
I still get them bags, and I remember I just came in 2 weeks ago, and I was like, damn, I'm so happy I get this because it says 200 servings, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't think it'll last you long, but it does. And then when you're down to the last 5, you panic. You're like, holy crap.
You need to reorder.
Yeah.
I do IsoPure. I've been doing that for years, but it's like it feels good. Like, no stomach issues or anything.
That's
It's
low
like-
carb, right?
Yeah, it's like 0 carbs.
Wow.
25 grams of protein a scoop. So that's like
Not
for
bad.
being lean. You know, I guess
Yeah.
if you want to do a weight gainer, you'd get something with more calories, obviously,
Right.
carbs.
Yeah, but you never want to get those fucking weight gainers.
You
That's
tried 'em,
like
right?
protein. Yeah, no, that made me bloated, and I'm like, whatever, man. It was
Dude, it's
600 calories
Yeah.
easily, and I'm like, what the fuck? And that's the mentality I had as a young kid. Like, you know, bloated, it comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna get jacked, the reason why I'm bloated is because my stomach's trying to expand, some bullshit like that. You know?
Right.
And then you just realize like the amount of sugars and all this, the carbs.
That's what it is, right? It's mostly sugar.
Yeah, I forget what it was, and I'm like,
I think it tastes good, right? It's like a milkshake.
yeah, so that's what it was, huh? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it did taste like a milkshake.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously a milkshake, God knows how many calories.
You
it
should
has.
just drink a milkshake.
Yeah,
Call it a
exactly.
day.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
eat ice cream.
And
at
save
that
all that
point.
money.
Yeah, and like usually you try to ratio like the carbs and protein. Like, is it worth having this much carbs for this protein? And it's not usually, because if I'm banging out 100 grams of carbs and getting 20 grams of protein, what the hell's the point of that?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's you're.
Did it ever help?
No.
too? No?
Yeah,
Wow.
maybe I had a great bench press and then that's it, like session, and then came back. I think it helps me more now when I work out at night that I'm piling up the carbs morning, mid-morning, and lunch,
Mm-hmm.
and then get a lot of protein, and then going into like my workout session semi-full but not full. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, because when you powerlift and bodybuild, you're not really active. You're
Right.
just really just moving.
One
you know what I mean?
muscle or whatever.
Yeah, if I was gonna do something active, like what is it, like kettlebell swings or like hip thrusts and all that,
Mhm.
or deadlifts or squats, that's a little more. Like I gotta make my stomach nice and lean, but yeah, no, I never liked that mass gainer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
So who taught you guys how to lift?
I watch a lot of people parachute. Damn, that's a great question. Parachute, I kind of seen it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started picking it up little by little. But I think it's just all my friends were into it before I was.
Parachute was like cheap, right? Like it was like a community
It's
thing.
still there, isn't it?
Yeah, but
I remember paying like $10 for a lifetime.
It's like a Planet Fitness, basically.
no, yeah, it was like $25 for a lifetime. Yeah, I used
Crazy.
it- I
How do
used-
they make money?
It's a government thing. It's like funded by the government.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
And they have a pool,
yeah,
like an Olympic side,
yeah. It's
and a basketball court.
basketball. Yeah, the basketball court was insane.
And then if you were depending on the age, they would take you to like places
Yeah.
to like
That's pretty nice, actually.
a camping thing or
Yeah, it was like the Boys and Girls Club in Parachute. Like they weren't really rivals, but that's where I learned how to do other stuff, like play fucking pool when I was 9.
yeah, they had like the pool.
That's why I got so into pool when I was 9 years old, and I knew all the rules. But I think it was Parachute, man, that taught me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would probably ask a couple of people here and there, and then my friends helped me out.
What about you, Tommy?
For me, it was so I played football in 8th grade, and then going into 9th grade, you're going into high school. So I started it's the bigger, faster, stronger program. That's
Yeah.
like what our football team did. So that's where I started going to the gym. Was 8th grade going to 9th grade.
Mm.
So bigger, faster, stronger program is literally bench press, deadlifts, squats, box squats, and power cleans.
You were what, 13?
So 14, yeah.
14, 13? Wow, you were doing all that already?
Yeah. So let's start like form and stuff, and then that was like, and then you start getting into doing like biceps, triceps, isolating and stuff. So
So you had coaches.
yeah, so
Where-
yeah, our football coach and stuff. Like there's some things I regret, like lifting as heavy younger than I did, because it definitely kind of messed my back up a little bit. But yeah, definitely that was my introduction to weightlifting.
Yeah, the same way for me. I just saw guys lifting in the East Boston High School. I don't know if you remember like that highway that you had to go through to go to the lunchroom.
Yep.
And there was like a door with like a window, and I would look to the door and you see like the football players and the power lifters just going ham. Like they would skip lunch just to go and lift.
That's what we had at our high school. There was like there was the football gym basically. It was just like a little room.
Yep.
With just like a padded floor and
There was like
plates.
people blasting music and just slamming like deadlifts, and I was like, "What the hell are they doing?" I was a freshman, and I was so afraid of like asking how to join that I waited until like my sophomore year where I was more comfortable with the whole school thing.
Yeah.
And I asked the coach, the powerlifting coach. I thought he was the football coach, and he ended up being the powerlifting coach. And I remember wearing shorts, and he would look at my legs and like, "You got tree trunks. You should be. How come you weren't here like last year doing this already?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Like, I'm just like, I was always shy, so I was like, I don't know." And he's like, "I want you here Tuesday," and I was there Tuesday, and I never stopped.
So you just started lifting.
Yeah.
You didn't play football though, did you?
No, I just play. I just powerlift
Oh, okay.
because I wanted to play football. I was looking for a football coach.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything,
Yeah.
so I just went to the room, And the adult in there, I just asked him, hey, I want to lift.
Did you competed in high school?
Yeah, I competed in high school.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. That's
so
crazy.
that's where the whole started. Like I had a coach that he'd been doing it forever. So I didn't need YouTube, and then he had like a Bible book, the Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He would make you like look at like things that you need to, like, if you were weak in something, he would make you look at it and then like look for workouts on how to make it stronger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not the YouTube. That was the YouTube and IG for that book. You know what I mean?
Everybody.
I met Henry in the basketball court, and I was like, how the fuck is this dude hit so many threes? Because he looks so out of shape, and it's out of shape the mentality of a 15-year-old, a 14-year-old going like he looks out of shape. But you never want to judge somebody because he's out of, maybe he doesn't look in shape, but that motherfucker's strong as shit.
Remember Hard Knocks, Will Fork?
Mm-hmm.
He's just shooting threes and playing football, and he's so fast, but he's like 400 pounds.
Yeah, football players,
like,
no matter what, they're athletic.
I don't know I don't know how their bodies work.
Dude,
like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like lineman feet are so quick, but they're 400 pounds. It's just crazy.
I saw Ty Law, I think that's his name, and he looks short in the field, but when I got next to him, his arm, it was like 3 of my heads. How big his arm. I mean, I was like 16 when I saw him.
Yeah.
It was just, I couldn't believe that a human could get that big.
Dude,
like for me, like
different breed, man.
Yeah, like I was like, I don't like. Are they born like that? Like, my head couldn't comprehend. It was like, I was seeing an alien.
And it's crazy because I remember being younger and always being so jealous and be like, one day. Now when you're older, you just appreciate and be like, yeah, there's still a chance, because when you're in your late 20s, 30s, this is it.
Yeah, this is the best you can
do. If you're going at it, you better go at it right now. And then in your 40s, like, you're gonna look fucking amazing.
Late 30s, early 40s is when you can be your strongest if
Mm-hmm.
you keep at it.
Yeah, and then usually at this time, these are the best trial and errors. Like, all right, I got to this point in my life. Is deadlift constantly worth it, or am I gonna switch it up? Is squats worth it, or am I gonna switch it up? Because as long as you know how to attack that muscle group, you'll be good, man.
Right.
Unless you're really competing, then that's different.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to fix it up and then man up and just get in there and just do the squats, deadlifts, and bench press. But I do agree 100%, man. I think at that time you're ready to go and be the best you ever looked.
You know what you're doing at that point and how your body's gonna react to certain things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Has your lifts changed at all since the quarantine at all?
Well, I got super weak. Because I didn't lift for 5 months.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
How come?
Just closed.
But you didn't like do like push-ups or anything like that?
No, because I went running.
Okay, nice.
But then
it's on the previous podcast, by the way.
But I just bought equipment after like 4 months, and then I started lifting. I could see like how much I just couldn't lift anymore, like the same weight.
What about right now?
Now I'm back to normal.
So you just got
it's muscle memory now.
Yeah.
But no, muscle memory is the most beautiful thing in the world.
It's just crazy how it works.
Yeah, because when I didn't lift for a year and I went back to it, it kind of remembered, and it was like, all right, and we know what you could do real good. I think what I've always been really good was the lunges, maybe anything with like lateral raises and like triceps. Those are my babies. Chest is chest. I mean, if you want a big chest, just keep banging out chest. But what's the point of that? You know,
right.
You're gonna get these shoulders like this and all that. You
see a lot of guys like that.
You have to do back to balance it out.
Exactly.
You know?
They look kind of like, I don't know, like a.
Because they don't do back, so they're
like a pretzel.
Yeah, exactly. Here's like
wow, I never thought of that. Think about
because they look like.
You just knot it up.
You big out a lot of chest, and you're on the computer all day.
Yeah.
Just hunched over.
And back is so easy. Like, just get a pull and just start doing pull-ups.
But even regardless of all the weightlifting, powerlifting, bodybuilding, CrossFit, all that, none of that even works as well if your diet is on point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As like your diet, I love the word diet now if you put your name on it. You know what I mean? Like my diet, the Oscar diet, is like usually like high protein, good amount of carbs, and decent looking fats. Fats is a little tough, but I've always been cooking with coconut oil or avocado oil. Anytime I go off that, especially at restaurants, I'm taking a risk. But I mean, we're at a restaurant.
Like butter or something.
Yeah, and they don't. It's just a restaurant business.
They're probably using the same oil.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, it hurts, and you kind of could avoid that too if you just get something better. You know what I mean?
You bring your own
a little
meat.
high quality.
Order the salad and bring your own meat.
Cook this up for me in the back.
Yeah. So
I went to a restaurant like that.
Really?
Yeah.
You just bring your. How much did it cost? Was it cheaper to get your food there?
Not really. It was the same thing.
You just bring your food and they cook it.
Well, basically they make you order like this fish outside.
Yeah.
And then it's like a fish market.
Oh, okay.
And then I think they're working together.
where was this at?
I want to say Philly.
Nice.
Yeah. So they you choose what you want, and then they bring it to the restaurant, and then they cook it for you.
That's a good deal. I thought you were like, oh, can I have a pizza? I brought the dough, the sauce, and the cheese.
Oh, I think it's Chicago actually.
Oh,
Yeah, one of those. It was one of those states.
Their deep dish. Their deep dish is a week's worth of calories, bro.
It's thick.
I went in that for dinner to have a dipped dish pizza.
Yeah.
Then I went for breakfast.
Have the deep,
Yeah.
the deep dish.
It was so good. Like
pizza.
I didn't think it was good because I went to Chicago, a restaurant here, and I had the pizza, and I was like,
Well, like,
okay, what's the big deal with this? Uno's, yeah, yes, that's what it was. And then I go over there, I'm like, damn, okay, I just want to try it. I went because I'm here.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm blown. I was like, my mind was just blown.
I mean, it's the same thing if you go to like, oh, someone is like New York style pizza, and you're like, oh, I got it in Indiana. It wasn't that good.
Yeah.
You know. And then you get it in
Is
New
it
York
just
City and it's
big
so
ass
good.
slices? That's all it is, right?
In New York?
Yeah.
It's just
It's the
it's thinner
dough.
crust, the dough, like how they cook it.
It's the
New
taste of
York
the dough.
pizza
Yeah.
near Boston Common is amazing.
It's
Oh,
good.
Slices the size of this table. Bro.
I mean, their slices are huge. It's like $2 slices are huge.
Yeah.
They had dollar pizza now in New York.
Not a lot of pizza people here do just slices in Boston.
Yeah.
Like you got to get a full pizza at Santarpio's
Right. Yeah, places like that.
and Regina's, I think too, right? Or can you get slices at Regina's?
If you go to like a mall,
Oh, okay, yeah.
but I don't know if you go to South Station, they have Regina's that sells slices. The South Station food court,
Oh yeah. I've seen you there.
so you can get it.
Yeah, so like I was saying, right, about weight loss and like diets.
Right in
No.
the pizza.
They ain't really.
Pizza is amazing too. Like if you're like,
There ain't nothing wrong making pizza either, man. I think if you start making your own food, even if it's like a cheat, you'll see the difference, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you can make a quesadilla, they don't care.
Yeah.
Throwing a pound of fucking cheese. When you do it at home, like I'm very picky, man. I look at the servings and I'm like, I'm gonna double it up, you know. I ain't gonna quadruple it up. Then I make sure my protein is like off the chart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm throwing like 3 pieces of chicken or steak, whatever it is, and then when you eat it at home, it's the same thing, man. It makes it amazing. I think more restaurants I use it for is for the experience, to talk, have a great time.
I mean,
Yeah.
things in moderation. You can have cheat days and stuff. It's just you can't do it every day. You know, it's everything in moderation.
yeah, don't have McDonald's or
Yeah.
every day, because even like the athletes eat McDonald's but you see them eating like once a week.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can have different days as long as like your majority you're being decently clean and somewhat healthy. You know.
Yeah.
It's
The
good.
Rock. The Rock does it too.
It's good for the
Yeah.
mind because it's like a reward in a way where you're
Like
like,
feed your soul.
yeah, it's a reward in your way, like saying like, once I have this, I know I'm gonna get back to the grind.
Right.
And I think a lot of people don't tell themselves after that.
Mhm.
I think they look forward for the cheat day, which happens a lot, or the cheat meal. They don't tell themselves after like it's back. We're back on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, this was so worth it, and then that's it. Like then it's harder to get back on the grind if it was a lot.
Right.
Like I think you should get a cheat meal randomly.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be always
Saturdays.
on Sunday,
Those
man.
Sundays, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta earn it
Sad.
though. You know.
Exactly. But if it's like a Wednesday afternoon and you're like, yo, fuck this, man.
Let's order the pizza.
Homeboy's leaving from work. I'm really not gonna have pizza.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So stuff like that, and then you just gotta get back on it. I think it's easier for us because we know we're gonna work out.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like I want to feel like more crap if I don't work out, than
Right.
let alone what a large pizza will do to me. Large
Right.
pizza do to me will knock me out. I'm gonna feel like crap. It would be worth it, but I know the next day I probably already said, yo, I'm doing 20 minutes more cardio.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eating cleaner than I usually do, which happens 50% of the time, but I still eat decent, and I'm gonna hit the gym.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then anytime I have a cheat meal, I use those carbs for the next day to work out,
Right.
without a doubt.
You feel better too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I learned.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna go heavy, eat it like a lot of carbs.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to have. You can eat carbs without it.
Don't
being,
eat like a
dirty
whole loaf,
carbs,
yeah.
You know? You can have carbs in other ways instead of just
When I was younger, it was different. I'm like, yo, French bread, let's go.
Yeah, we eat like the bread. We eat like a sugar, like a Snickers. Like people use like a Snickers.
Like even after you work out, while you're working out, to get your blood sugar up, have a candy or something, you know? Yeah, insulin.
The old school way, just have like Skittles while working out, get that little sugar.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of crap out there.
People used to have the pixie sticks and just used to take the pixie sticks.
Oh yeah.
Forgot about those. Yeah.
Those are good. Now I need to get some.
Them shits. What the fuck is it? Just sugar?
Just sugar, like sour
color sugar.
Color sugar. That's crazy. Oh yeah. I mean, what do y'all usually do when y'all eat, like in a regular day, and then you about to work out?
I mean, cooking for yourself, you obviously can control your intake and what you're putting in your body, salt levels. You know, obviously adding your own seasonings. I usually do high protein, lower carb, high fats. You know, I will have a carb, but usually like my meal in my head, like I'm thinking about the meat I'm gonna do, and then the vegetable I'm gonna do, and if there's a carb or something, I'll add it. You know.
So I do like the Brian Shaw. Have you seen him?
I know Brian Shaw. Yeah.
The strongman.
Yep.
So he was talking about. I was watching one of his videos that because he's a strongman, he doesn't really go to like lower carb because he sees that when eats less carbs, that he gets hurt.
Damn.
And I was seeing that stuff in myself too, where I was just eating like chicken and broccoli or a salad, and then try and go and lift like 400 pounds.
Yeah.
I deadlift or squats, and then I would see like something wasn't right, like on my quads or. So I switched it up not to eat like him because he's eating like 30,000 calories a day. So I would increase my rice intake, or I would just increase I would eat like a piece of toast for breakfast, and I saw like a difference. Like I don't know, maybe it's like in my mind I think it's like a cushion kind of thing. Mentality where if you eat those carbs, it's just a little more fuel for you to burn when you're doing the
last little
like
or something.
So when I need to do like that extra like rep, I can do it, and I can do it comfortably. Like I know I'm not gonna get
without straining yourself.
Right. It's like the body like gives up or something when you just need, like if you're just eating like
no gas in the tank.
Right. Yeah. That's how I feel like exactly.
I think that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
I mean, especially as a powerlifter, you use so much more strength.
Yep.
Like so much more energy, mental energy too. You know what I mean? So anything that throws it off. When you miss one rep powerlifting, it's 25, 33, 50% of it. Yeah. When you miss one rep bodybuilding, it's like, all right, cool, I just stopped at 12 instead of 15.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is.
You know what I mean? And then when you squat and you only hit 2 reps out of the 3, doesn't feel great.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If it was something more about injury, that's different. But if it's because of gas, fuel, and all that, not enough carbs, and it's a time to boost it up. I like it.
Yeah, you need to like switch it up. I mean, my diet I switch. It's like I've done like hundreds, because you're never gonna find the perfect. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole game, right? Like you need to find your diet. Your diet.
When I did carb cycle, that was terrible, man. But I was overweight and I lost 29 pounds in 3 months, and I was stronger than ever. But I would never tell my coach like the remaining carbs, because we were counting macros the whole time, that I would use them to drink Mocha Ultras. I was be so pumped up at night, bro. I was like, word, I got 10 grams of carbs left. That's automatically 3 Mocha Ultras. I never got like the perfect lifts and all that, but I got the weight loss. Right. So I think with those yo-yo diets, it's like, cool, I got my result. What's next? But luckily, I knew that I was always been a lifter, and I was into always eating protein. Yep. So after that, I was like, whatever, man. I'm just going to maintain it and then see what happens. And it didn't work out that well. You know what I mean? The carbs are too low, and you're still trying to squat like crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
The carbs are too freaking high, and you're like, oh my God, I don't have enough protein and all this and that. It gets weird when you start counting too much macros. Right. But if you're good and disciplined, it is what it is. You do what you do, what works best for you.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You need to find something that's sustainable. Like you don't. Like a diet, when you think of like, I'm going to do this diet for 6 weeks and then I'm done. Like you want to find something that it's going to be a part of your life. You're going to eat like that. It's you're able to do it all the time, and you can just continue to do so. You want to do something that like I'm only eating protein. What's the keto diet? It's not sustainable really. You always hear people do the keto diet and then they stop because it's
their breath stinks.
Just
I can smell like a mile.
And it's crazy. Like, yo, throw extra bacon.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
They look like yellow. I don't know. I don't want to diss the whole community. It doesn't look.
It's just not sustainable.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I feel like it's not. You know.
I think all these diets are worth trying, but just have a plan B.
Those diets are like elimination diets, right? Where you're just eliminating like things from your diet.
Well, I mean, the keto diet, you're getting into ketosis, so you're not eating any carbs, and your body starts burning the fat because you're doing high fat. But I mean, it's.
I guess the meat, like the carnivores.
You're so tired though.
Yeah.
You ever see the show Alone on Netflix?
Mm-mm.
So this guy, they're just like filming themselves in the wilderness, but this guy catches a moose. He kills a moose. He has so much meat, but it's only protein, so he's no carbs. He's only eating the fat and the meat, and he's just still so exhausted, and he's still losing weight.
Wow.
Even though he has so much meat, he's like, yeah, your body needs carbs just for the energy to sustain himself. So he literally has so much moose meat, but he's just losing weight.
That's crazy.
That's a great example, man.
That's why I see people who do the carnivore diet.
Yeah.
They lose a lot of weight really quickly.
I mean, if you are trying to lose weight, then sure, like that's what you're. But then after that, like trying to maintain and get into something.
You need to continue eating. I don't know. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, exactly.
So what happens after that? That's what drives me crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like yo, I just got to 30 pounds, and then what?
You're gonna gain it back. You're gonna go party.
Like I just think, like you cannot eliminate carbs, man.
No.
Because people who eliminate carbs go like, I can't have fruits. I'm like, why? Because it has carbs. I'm like, you're crazy. Like you don't want.
I mean, you can't have milk. You can't have a lot of.
Yeah.
No,
milk has a lot of sugar. I just realized.
Yeah. I mean, best good weight gainer, chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk is really good. I can't drink it all. Like I'm lactose, so that'll kick my ass. But
sometimes you're like, I gotta just have a sip.
When I get a McFlurry, it's a wrap, bro. I feel like M&M Oreos make it big, and then after that, I regret it. And I'm like, whatever.
I haven't had those in a while.
McFlurries?
McFlurry? Blizzard?
I had a Blizzard actually recently.
Yeah, me too.
For the first time.
July 4th, I had it.
Amazing. They did all that crap.
They
did this.
turn it upside down.
And I'm like, what the hell is this? I didn't know it was part of the whole experience. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I've only had that happen a couple times too. But then I'm like, well, why did you do that for? They tip it upside down to show you like it's thick and it won't fall out.
Really?
Yeah.
Never had that.
It never happened?
No.
They never
We're
showed
talking
you?
about Sonic, right?
No, Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen.
What the hell does Sonic get? Sonic Blast, right?
That's what it is. I've never been to Sonic.
Where the hell is the
Me
Dairy
neither.
Queen around here? Where's the Dairy?
I went to do New Hampshire.
There's no there. I go to Twist and Shake.
The one in Revere?
There's one in Revere and the one in Winthrop.
Winthrop to me is the best.
Is it? Wow. What are they good for? Just ice cream shop.
Yeah, they got like soft serve.
Yeah, but their selection's insane, bro.
Is it?
Yeah, open all year round. If the blizzard,
really? Open?
If there's a blizzard, you can go to Twist and Shake. And
no, it's amazing.
That's the big thing. That's the problem with Boston. Like ice cream shops really close.
JP
it's like a season.
Except JP Licks, I think, remains open.
Coffee.
Oh, that's true.
They have coffee too.
JP Licks is so
yeah.
good.
And liquor.
I like their coffee.
The
JP
coffee's
Licks.
really good.
Yeah.
The Salvadoran coffee. Have you had it from JP Licks?
No, never know they had it.
Yep, really good.
I've had it in Buffalo because of his pops. His pops walks like legit like 7 miles per hour if he was on a treadmill. So every time we're taking a picture of like a tower in Buffalo, they're already a block ahead.
He's 6'3", so he just has a long stride, and he like only walks at his one pace, which is like a full stride. So we're like trying to catch up to him.
I think I saw a picture.
But he took him to this coffee shop that served Salvadoran coffee.
Yeah, he was so excited to tell me who drank it. It was so good, man. And he was telling me a lot of stories, but it was like it's the weirdest weather over there, man.
Is it?
It's like it had to be cold enough to snow, but it did not snow. It rained instead, so it's just miserable.
They get a lot of snow though in Buffalo. Right?
When I moved to Boston, it was like a weather upgrade for me.
Wow.
Just because we get the lake effect in Buffalo, and you just get like demolished.
Mm.
Like the amount of snow you just can't comprehend sometimes. Like remember that winter we had? It was 2014 to 15.
Yeah.
Snowed 18 inches every.
That was a lot for us.
That was a lot, but then that November. It snowed 7 feet in 2 days in Buffalo in half the city because we have the lake effect. So it was literally a wall of snow. 7 feet in 2 days.
That's crazy.
People were shoveling their roofs because the roofs were going to collapse.
Crazy.
It was just insane.
What about when it rains? Does it flood?
Not really. So Boston gets nor'easters and stuff.
Yep.
More, where you get like a ton of that rain. Like it'll rain in Buffalo, but not like the nor'easters coming off.
Oh, I see.
The coast here.
I see. Okay. I need to go.
Yeah.
So my plan is to fly to Buffalo. But then drive to like Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto's only an hour and a half.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But knowing me at that time, if you give me a date to hang out, I'll leave the state.
July 18th, 2021, buddy.
July
That's
18th?
July 18th, 2021. That's when our wedding is pushed to. Well,
Oh,
our
yeah, you're
ceremony.
supposed to marry this year, right?
Yeah, but we got married just by ourselves, and the ceremony, like the celebration, will be next
Oh,
year.
okay.
So.
So you're going back to home?
Yeah, so we're doing it in Buffalo. So
Nice.
you'll be
We'll
able
go
to
to
come there.
Toronto.
You'll be
Yeah,
able to
I'll
come
be there.
We'll go to Toronto.
Yeah, I'll definitely go to
After.
Toronto.
Go to Niagara Falls.
Yeah. I haven't been there neither.
I've
So.
been there twice. I've never been to
20
the Canada
minutes.
side though.
Have you had the ride, like the boat ride?
No.
The Maid of the Mist.
Yeah. That only reminds me of The Office.
Yeah.
That
Pam and Jim get married.
So that's what you should do.
Yeah, we go and bring everyone down there.
We'll put like 2 side by side pictures of you, Jim and Pam, and
And me and Brett.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's a good pivot from diets to going to Buffalo.
Buffalo to the office.
I was literally thinking about that, like yesterday,
Thinking about what?
flying to Buffalo and then going to Montreal.
Toronto.
Or no,
Toronto, yeah.
Montreal from here is only 5 hours. You could drive.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
We went to Montreal about 3 years ago and we were using the Google Maps and right at the border switched to French.
Yep.
Wow.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Bonjour.
And then,
Oui.
And then it says that was good. And then it says like I forget what it said, like residents only exits, something like that. And I was like, what the fuck does this mean, man? It was tough to get through Montreal, but it was nice. We went to like their downtown.
Yeah, their city's cool. It's you feel like you're in Europe,
Mm.
And but
and everyone speaks French.
Yep.
So
I haven't been, so.
Let's go, guys.
That's one of my
Let's go
my
tonight.
goals.
it's good tonight.
If they weren't closed, I'll be there already
yeah,
because I can work from home. So
that's why I miss is doing some traveling. I was supposed to do so much traveling this year, but
we drove to New York on Thursday, and we saw so many cops like pulling over people.
dude,
We were like,
that's weird. No one's
Yeah.
gonna want to go to New York City.
I was like, wow. A lot of people are speeding because not a lot of traffic.
Oh, okay.
So we're going like 110.
I thought they were like checking people, like, oh, you're from out
No,
of state.
no, people just
Okay.
flying through now. There's a bunch of accidents too.
Damn.
I can only imagine how much those tickets cost.
110.
Yeah.
Well, it
What
depends
is
how
it,
fast you're going.
65 plus what 45? I don't know what the.
You ever
fees
got
are.
stopped for
Nope.
speeding?
I've been
I've
stopped.
gotten stopped in like every New England state except Connecticut.
For
Vermont.
speeding?
Yeah, dude. Well, Boston has like had those speed traps. I feel. You know when you go from when you're getting into Brighton and then there used to be the toll booths there, so it goes from 55 to 35.
Mm-hmm.
So I got pulled over like right there.
Wow,
55
they
to
did it
35.
dirty.
Yeah, they pulled me over right
Dude
there.
had a bad day, bro. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
And then one time I was on the 90 in Mass, and I guess the cop was behind me. I just didn't see him, and he had his flashes on me. He pulled me over, and he's like, and he was like, you didn't. He's like, you didn't. I was behind you for 2 minutes. You didn't pull over. He's like, what do you have in your truck? I'm like, nothing. I'm like, my work stuff. He's like so mad at me that I'm like, I really didn't see that your lights.
Tommy
were
got
on,
the
sorry.
oxys in the back.
Yeah.
Coming from Florida.
A little Breaking Bad. Crazy.
Back to diet. Another another big thing is though I get pasture raised, grass fed, locally sourced meat. So beef and lamb. I was getting lamb all the time, but there's just been a shortage because of the quarantine. So I've been just getting the beef though. But you can immediately tell the difference when you're eating it and then just how you feel from eating it too. So I mean, cows aren't really supposed to eat corn. It's not good for their digestion.
Really?
And then letting them obviously factory farming of all these cows next to each other eating corn and just
Didn't they feed them cows too, like their own meat?
it's just not really humane. And how they slaughter them is, you know, really when you want to slaughter the animal, you want it to be calm. You don't want it to be fearful or anything like that, because it kind of like poisons the meat basically.
Yeah, I heard that. I read that the stress of the meat goes through you, and then you feel the stress too.
It just doesn't. Yeah, you can. I feel like you can literally tell the taste. So they're like humanely slaughtered. It's grass-fed, pasture raised. It's really good.
That's gonna be the new thing, man. 100% grass fed.
And locally sourced. Like if you buy even all your produce, if you're buying everything locally sourced, it's much better for the environment.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have a lot of people who are, more vegetarians, more vegans, but then everything has a ripple effect. If everyone's buying avocados and hemp seeds, now you're spiking up the price of
Supply.
avocados like in Mexico, and then the locals in Mexico can't buy avocados because the prices are so high because we're just ramping them up. So everything has a ripple effect, you know.
Yeah, I heard that Mexico, that avocados is making more money than the whole cartel stuff.
That's crazy. The cartels are running the
They're making like
avocado
$1 billion like in a week
Avocados in Mexico.
because California, that's all they eat. Like
Oh yeah.
Texas.
Yo, bro, avocado is just amazing.
And before, people weren't even looking at them.
Yeah. Like I wonder if like my parents ate avocados when they were younger.
We ate them all the time
Yeah,
because,
same.
but
Because it comes with the plantains
Oh okay.
in the breakfast.
yeah.
Plantain, eggs, it's just there.
But
I
in
used
the
to be
States,
like, what is that?
was there always like a bunch of avocados up here, like in the 50s, in the 60s?
When I was here in the 50s, I don't know if I remember that.
I wasn't around.
So I don't know if how. Wait, yeah, you're right, man. I don't know how that happened.
I don't think my parents were eating avocados when they moved there.
Yeah.
It was
like authentic food back in the day. Well, my mom's side's Italian, but like Italian would be considered authentic, and then like Chinese food. But now we have so much variety. You know,
Yeah.
we have sushi,
Especially
we got
in Boston,
everything. You
bro.
know.
Boston, especially in East Boston, you hit a block. That's 5 different.
Yeah, you got
type of
Mongolian, you got Taiwanese. You got
when you took me to
Salvadorian.
that Indian place, I was so surprised.
Oh, Mihawk?
Yeah.
That's East Boston.
In
Shout
East
out to
Boston,
Mihawk.
I couldn't believe they had one already.
You went there too.
Across from Italian Express.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pizzeria?
hmm
Support your small businesses, local
Cash
small
only.
businesses.
Bring your cash.
Yeah.
Probably laundering that buck.
That place is really good. I mean, that's how they keep the prices somewhat low too, is because they're getting cash. You know,
That
They
makes
don't have-
sense.
They don't have to pay the process fee from the credit cards.
Right. Is that they steal? They're
Yeah.
like robbing them.
It is. The percentage that they get from using the card is much more than just paying them cash.
That's what gas stations charge you, $1 on
Yeah.
your credit card,
Or they're like $5 minimum or $10
Oh, yeah.
minimum.
just so they can. Because
Make some
gas is
money.
like subsidized
Yeah.
by the government,
Mm-hmm.
so they don't want like the credit cards getting the little cents that they're earning. It's like tickets, crash tickets.
Yeah.
That's why you have to pay cash for them too.
Can't
Beca-
do it on credit.
Right.
Yeah.
First of all, because people will go broke,
Yeah.
and then
Can I have $1,000
Yeah.
worth of credit?
like in the casinos, you can't use cash advance. I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't. I mean, the machine would throw you cash advance,
Yeah.
but they don't want you to be.
No. They don't send a bookie
Yeah.
after you.
Yeah.
Break
lose your
cash.
house.
Yeah, exactly.
That's scary, that gambling shit.
That is another different animal.
That's a different. addiction.
Gambling addiction is like one of the
It
worst
was getting me
addictions,
because
yeah.
I went to the
It was getting me.
Encore?
in court, yeah. And you go and the lights are bright and they're giving you drinks. You're in the table, you're comfortable. Yeah, let's do another $10 hand.
And you win a little bit, you get that rush.
Yep. It's a drug, man.
Yeah, I was reading a book on that, like a chapter specifically about gambling.
Mhm.
It just sounded scary as fuck.
Yeah, it's scary, man. Because I played the Sick Bow. I don't know if you guys know the Sick Bow.
No.
It's a Chinese
Oh.
game.
I went up our front. I remember Alan.
So it's 3 dice, and then they roll the dice, and then you go from. So I can't remember the numbers. It's from like 5 to 14, and so you bet what the three dice is gonna come up, right? Once they roll them, so you put numbers. You just bet on the numbers. So you think, a 7 is gonna come up. So from like 7 to like 14, like from 7 to 12 is like really popular
Mhm.
because the odds are higher for you that you're gonna win. So people bet those numbers a lot. But if you bet like a 5, the chances of a 5 is like a 1 to like 150, like
Yeah.
to get a 5, and then a 14 is like the same odds.
Yep.
So people bet those just because they're like, okay, this is my last hand.
Yeah.
I need a lucky strike here. So I went in and I put a 7. I just threw $10 in there and I won.
So what did you win? How much did you win from that?
It was one at I think 17.
Oh, nice.
So 17 times. Yeah.
So you won 170?
Yep.
Nice.
My head, like I can feel the
rush.
like I feel like I was in a drug.
You get the
like
euphoria,
I was on
you know?
ecstasy or something. Like I was like so amazed. My body felt so good. It was, I don't know, like an
That's why
orgasm.
people get addicted to it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's how it is on DraftKings, bro.
And then I lost everything.
Yep.
I kept playing.
Slot machines, same thing, man.
That's how it is, bro. On DraftKings, you're looking at these sports and it's daily. You don't have to wait for weekly or your boy paying you out at the end of the year. And like you see it, and then you're rooting for a specific player.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not even watching the game normally no more, so it's hard. Like you need that balance.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Same thing. I could see that in a casino. Like they always tell you to leave the credit cards at the room or at
Mm-hmm.
home. You know what I'm saying?
I have a bankroll that said,
Yeah.
if you're gonna spend 100, you spend 100.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is almost impossible.
Yeah.
Usually go just a little bit over, but then certain people just don't give
I
up.
mean, you become a generic, like you just become a different person. You keep chasing. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because when I lost the 170, I went and got another 100 just
'Cause you
to
wanted to win
chase.
back, yeah.
just to chase the 100.
Chase the loss.
Chase that
Yeah.
feeling too.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Yeah, I went to Vegas and you like lose track of time in Vegas because you'll
No
go down
windows.
and people are, at 9 a.m. people are just playing like slots and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was doing well. I won $1,100 at roulette, and it was like by the time it was over, it was like 4 a.m. I'm like,
What?
Where did time go? Yeah, it's crazy. But you're right. The bar, they just keep bringing you free drinks.
Yeah,
And
that's
you're
the
like,
problem.
Can I get Johnny Walker? They'll bring you like expensive drinks.
That's
and
what killed
everything.
me. That's why I stayed.
Then you get that confidence
Yeah.
boost.
Once the drinks are on you, like, come on, man. Like,
You're like, I wanna stay
I'm
and have
unstoppable.
fun.
I'm unstoppable. You know, you keep winning. So, you start betting in the 11. And the 11 is a popular number to come up. You win like 1 to 5. And then you're like, oh, shit. I got a high hand. Let me do a 5. Let me do another 5. You start losing. Because now you want the big price.
Yeah, it's like same with blackjack. You can win a couple times, and then it's like, then it's like 4 times in a row. It's just 20 gone, 20 gone, 20 gone.
Yeah, that's a hard game though. It's just 50-50, and like you can't really get that lucky and then quadruple 10 times or 20 times compared to roulette. You know what I mean? Roulette's just nuts, bro.
If they get the roulette's it's literally just luck. You call your number, okay.
Right.
It's good.
There's like semi strategies where you're like you just put chips everywhere and you like hope to break even or a little more, but
Yeah, you can
You're
play
right.
the quarters.
yeah,
You can play quarters or halves
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
My buddy in Vegas, he literally put $400 on red. One red, and that was it. He was done.
Double his
So
money
he
and out.
doubled his money, and then that was it.
That's awesome.
But you're gonna risk high risk, high reward.
Right.
He also
That's
said
You can do the sick bowl, the same thing. Where there's a house edge, but where you can win. The house edge is like 43% that you're gonna win, but you can bet high or low. So it's a 50%. Your mind, you ration. There's a 50, but it's not.
Okay.
So if you want, like, if I have 100, I want to double my money. I'm like, I put it on low. If you lose big.
Yeah,
But if you win, you walk away with double.
That's funny.
You're just trying to go in your mind like, what should I do here?
Yeah.
That's how they get you. I'm glad that shit's a never, man. It's not easy to get to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it was fucking
Dude, there's like
at
a mile.
Wonderland, we're screwed.
I'll be done.
Yeah.
I'll be done.
If it was that easy, if you're I'm gonna go for an hour.
Yeah, that was my mentality too.
Yeah.
I'll be on my day off. Let me go for like half an hour, just look around. I go in the craps table and I'll be betting. I was like, what the fuck I'm doing? Like,
Yeah. I wonder if they did that on purpose, didn't put it on a train. Well, they wanted to originally put it here, but Revere voted it down.
yeah, I think here
They
in
wanna put it in
Suffolk
Suffolk
Downs.
Downs, yeah.
The dog park. No. Was it Suffolk Downs?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It
Well,
was
now they're
Suffolk
putting they're gonna make it like Assembly Row, Suffolk Downs.
Yep.
Putting all the condos and whatnot.
Yeah, they did the
shops.
hotels here already.
Downs.
Yeah.
They say that 50% for us. I live here. Like, why do I need 50% to
Yeah, 15% for what though? I'm confused.
to rent? With to like
Letting people rent here.
to be a guest in their hotels.
Yeah. Oh, yo.
What if my house floods? I can go there.
Yeah.
Let me fight with
If
the
you have
wife
family, yeah.
and lose money.
Yeah.
Because I can't sleep in the same house. That's
Yeah, there's
crazy.
no benefit if you already live here and they're building a hotel next to you, unless like if your family's visiting, there's a close hotel.
I guess that's the reason maybe.
But
Makes sense.
still, how often?
But Latino families it doesn't care if you can have a studio and you still have like
They'll stay
13
at your
people in there. Yeah.
house.
Like,
I
no,
mean,
this-
same with my family.
No,
they'll
there's
stay at
space.
my
There's space.
In the
over
kitchen
there.
or just open the oven. I fit in
Yeah,
there.
this-
house. You got a pillow and a sheet. I'm good to go.
Space. Just stay up all night, and then when somebody's up, then you go.
Yeah,
to
you
sleep.
go in the bed. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna party the whole day.
This is some good stuff, fellas.
We were all over the place.
I think if you had to like summarize what we talked about, it was about 10 different things.
Gangster movie. Well, there's some majorities.
Gangster music.
Gangster
Give me movies. Yeah.
And there was a little bit of diet.
Working out. Who
Working
taught
out.
us?
Working out.
Fried
Diet.
chicken, pizza.
It's funny because we talked about diet, but we talked about like the cheat foods,
I mean, I
Nobody's
think,
gonna go for the lobster and the caviar.
But think about it. You wouldn't talk about cheat foods the way we do if you'd had them all the time.
Right.
So like the fact that we're like, oh, it's a cheat food is because you enjoy it when you have it
Right.
because you're not having it all the time.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie
Well,
to you.
you
I'm gonna
have
get a
Domino's
pizza
every day.
I'm
Probably.
gonna get a pizza within an hour and a half. So
Stuffed crust.
we already know. Nothing.
You know what kills me in my diet though? Alcohol.
That's like if I'm like I'm not gonna eat this because I know I'm gonna like drink a lot of shots or whatever.
That kills me every time.
That used to kill me. I think.
Yeah, you've been how many years?
You've been
4 years in September 10th. But
that's crazy.
What?
Yeah.
He was scary though.
Colombia knocked me out. Yeah, nah, nobody talked, but Henry told me after. Yeah.
Really?
It's just because I think I was genetically gifted in a way where I was like.
He never gained weight.
Yeah, and I think I would be like, you know what? What's 2 Bud Light Limes at 12 p.m. when I could just bang out water, eat bread, and then work out at 4?
Yep.
But I don't know how I looked that well. Like, there was days I probably didn't look well, and I showed it off.
Being
you know what I'm saying?
Genetics.
Yeah. So now, to me, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not... I crave it once in a blue moon, but usually I go maybe get an espresso.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem with, like, having somewhat problem drinking is that you go to something sugary.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I wanted like a cannoli, a fucking cheesecake or McFlurry, I want to get it.
Right.
The urge was there, I get it out of the way.
Right.
But you're right. I mean, the only reason why we're talking about cheat meals, cheat days, whatever, is because we're working out.
Yeah.
And we have this regimen where we eat pretty clean, you know what I mean, to its own, you know. And then when it comes to eating something cheat, it's not crazy. You know what I mean? You could do it, but it's not crazy. It's nothing that's gonna make me go like, I can't wait to do this again tomorrow. Nah, it's never really like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When you're on vacation, that's different. That's on you. But usually, even if I go away from the state or whatever, I usually try to get something that's decent, something that's fucking obviously amazing. You know?
It's green. I like it.
Yeah, and then after that, you just came back and get in the zone. Easy as that. I think if you could mark it down or just get it out of the way, you'll be good, man. You know, you just got to create your own lifestyle, get the diet right, get your cheat meals right, know what's in it, and then just get on with it. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to end it like right there. Thank you, Oscar, Tommy.
Thank you, man. This is great.
Yeah, thank you
good
guys.
stuff, man.
Hopefully
Thank
you guys come back whenever you guys want.
Yeah, come back every day. What's for dinner later?
Whatever you guys want. Tiramisu.
Love the tiramisu,
Cheat meal.
yeah.
Take care, bro.
Thank you.
Bye, Henry.
See you.